Hello, Math 1 students. This video is going to go through multiplying binomials, all right? And when we look at this, there's two methods teachers use. So I'm going to use this video to talk about how we can use the distributive property twice to multiply these binomials. So first look at the first example. It says evaluate the expression using correct order of operation. So correct order of operations would tell us to do what's in the parentheses first. So 3 plus 2 would be 5, times 4 plus 6 would be 10, 5 times 10 would be 50, right? But again, it goes to talking about the distributive property and what happens if we can't combine what's inside the parentheses. What would we do? Well, how could we, without adding what's in the parentheses and adding what's in the parentheses, how else could we evaluate this expression? Well, if I look, I'm going to distribute every term in this first quantity to every term in the second quantity. So let's start by doing 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 times 6 is 18, 2 times 4 is 8, and then 2 times 6 would be 12. If I add these together, that's 30 plus 8 is 38, plus 12 would be 50. When I multiply everything in this first quantity by everything in the second quantity, I end up getting the same exact thing. So when we multiply these binomials, the first method I'm going to talk about is distributing twice. And that is, I'm going to take the first term out of the first binomial out, and I'm going to distribute it to the second polynomial. Then I'm going to pull the second term out of the first polynomial, and again, distribute it to the second polynomial. Once I do this, now I can go ahead and distribute. A times C is AC, plus A times D is AD, plus BC plus BD. So when I look at this, right, this would multiply every term in the first polynomial by every term in the second polynomial, and then we would look to just go ahead and add like terms. Okay, so let's use this method for a few of these examples. So when I look here, I'm going to distribute everything in this quantity to everything in this quantity. So I'm going to pull out the first x. I'm going to distribute it to x plus 6. Then I'm going to pull the 2 out and distribute it to the x plus 6 also. So now all I'm going to do here is show my distributions. X times x is x to the second. X times 6 is 6x. Then 2 times x is 2x. And 2 times 6 would be 12. Once I get to this part, I look to combine like terms. And the only terms that can be combined here are 6x and 2x. So I'm left with x squared, 6x and 2x add up to 8x, and then bring down the plus 12. All right. Now when we look at the second one, the only difference between this one is how do we work with our signs? So I'm going to pull the first x out, distribute it to the x minus 4. I'm going to pull the 3 out and also distribute it to the x minus 4. Now I'm going to show my distributions. X times x is x squared. X times negative 4 is minus 4x. Then 3 times x is positive 3x. And 3 times negative 4 would be minus 12. Right? And if I notice here, my two middle terms can be combined. So I would get x squared. Remember, negative 4x plus 3x is going to give me negative 1x, and then bring down my minus 12. Okay? Next, same thing. I'm going to pull out my first term, x, distribute it to what now? The x plus 3. Now, the second thing I'm going to pull out, though, is the negative 6 and distribute it to the x plus 3. So now I'm going to show my distributions. x times x is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. But now I'm distributing a negative 6. Negative 6 times x is minus 6x. Negative 6 times 3 is minus 18. And when I go to combine like terms in the middle, I'm left with x squared minus 3x minus 18. Okay? Eventually, you should get very quick with these. All right? The next one. What am I going to pull out first? I'm going to pull out the x and distribute it to the x minus 5. Then I'm going to pull out the negative 2 and distribute it to the x minus 5. I go ahead and distribute. X times x is x squared. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. But negative 2 times negative 5 is positive 10. So now when I combine these terms in the middle, I'm left with x squared, negative 5x minus 2x is negative 7x. And then I bring down my plus 10. And I am done. Okay? Now, the next one, first thing I'm going to do is pull out this 2x. And I'm going to go ahead and distribute that to the 3x and the 5. Then I'm going to pull out this 3, and I'm going to distribute it also to the 3x plus 5. So I'm going to go ahead and distribute now, and I'm going to get 2x times 3x is 6x to the second. Remember, 2 times 3 is 6. X times x is x to the second. Then 2x times 5 would give you 10x. 3 times 3x will give you 9x. 3 times 5 would give you plus 15. When I combine like terms in the middle here, that would give me 6x to the second plus 19x plus 15. Okay, so again, once you know how to master one of these, they're all very identical. So example 5, I'm going to first pull out this 5m and distribute it to the 8m minus 3. Then I'm going to pull out the 2, distribute it to the 8m minus 3. So when I distribute the 5m, 5m times 8m, 5 times 8 is 40. M times m would be m squared. 5m times negative 3 is going to give me minus 15m. 2 times 8m would be plus 16m. 2 times negative 3 would be minus 6. And when I go ahead and combine like terms in the middle, bring down I have 40m squared. Negative 15m plus 16m is going to give me plus 1m, and then minus 6. And I'm done here. All right, the last one. When I distribute the 9a, I'm going to take the 9a out, distribute it to the 7a minus 4. Then I'm going to pull out the negative 8 and distribute it to the 7a minus 4. Right away here, 9a times 7a is going to give me 63a to the second. 9a times negative 4 is going to give me minus 36a. Then negative 8 times 7a is minus 56a. And negative 8 times negative 4 would be positive 32. And if I go to combine like terms in the middle here, I would bring down the 63a to the second. Negative 36 minus 56. Remember, if you don't know this, pull out the calculator. It's going to give you negative 92a, so minus 92a plus 32. Go ahead, work on the practice worksheet, and let us know if you have any questions.